Oh, well, hey, bitch. It's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel, honey. Let's go ahead and have us a quick chat about some Real Housewives. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. First up on the quick chat is a Real Housewife that happens to not be on Housewives, okay? Let's talk about Miss Toya Bush Harris over there on Married to Medicine. I know we have given Miss Toya a lot of flack. All right, we've been all in her ear because she's been on this show for many, many years and she has yet to come out with a product, a boutique. She's not selling anything. She's not maximizing on the opportunity that she has on Married to Medicine. She's more so been, relying on the coins from her husband. All right. Now it looks like Miss Toya is finally hearing what it is that we're saying because Miss Girl is coming out with a skincare line. Yes, ma'am. Miss Toya says everyone is always asking about my skincare routine. Well, it definitely starts with an old family recipe, Elorum. Okay, a natural beauty skincare routine, Dora Max. So looks like she may be partnering with somebody, Duramax or whatever, to bring her Elorum skincare to the kids. Are you guys going to support? Are you one of the people that's been asking Miss Toya about her skincare routines? Are you? Let me know down in the comments and let me know if you're going to be supporting her if she finally brings something to the people, something tangible that they can get. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And let me move on to another woman of Married to Medicine. Let's talk about Miss Quad, honey. Miss Quad. Well, Heavenly actually went on a live, whether it was on YouTube or IG. She opened up and told everybody, listen, Quad will now be a full-time cast member. No, there will not be any Mariah, unfortunately, honey, girl. But they decided to bring back Miss Quad. Well, some people was feeling a way about that. Okay, so somebody chimed down in the comments and had to say this. Quad doesn't share enough of her life to be a full-time. I like her as a friend. I can't necessarily disagree. I can't necessarily disagree with that. But Miss Quad went on to at this person and said, well, how far deep do you want me to be? How far deep do you want to be in my business, girl? I've always kept it 100. There are some on the cast who have kept the focus on my business to keep theirs in the dark. Then, girl, who is you talking about? Who is you talking about that was focusing on your life to keep theirs in private? You must be talking about Heavenly, because we've seen the marital woes of Jackie and Curtis. We've seen the marital woes of Simone and Cecil. We've seen the marital woes of Contessa, as well as her husband, Dr. Scott. Girl, who else? Who are you talking? Who's left on the show? Am I missing anybody? I'm trying to think who else is left on the show besides Anila, who's a newcomer, and I'm sure we'll get into their marital woes. Hell, we got into their business about the whole money she over here spending, and he really not liking her mama for real. So who else? Am I missing somebody, girl? So what are you about to bring if you're going to be a full-time cast member? Because you have to bring something. And I would want to believe if Quad has accepted this position, she is open to bringing something. So she might be in a relationship with somebody that's a doctor at this time. She might have a prospect. But I don't want Quad to be on the show if we're just going to be watching Quad date around and find somebody that's going to be a good mate for her. I don't know if I'm gonna be interested in that. If she's gonna be a main cast member but play a friend role, then y'all should have kept her as such. Those are just my thoughts, right? But if she's gonna be really bringing, her dating and stuff, she may bring in the fact that y'all know she had her cousins or her nieces. I think it was her cousin's child, the little baby. They ended up, I guess, taking custody over or watching or whatever ended up happening. She might, bring that into the forefront or something. Bring her family into the forefront a little bit more. But if she ain't Married to Medicine and people ain't really feeling you like that, girl, they gonna always complain. And unfortunately, Miss Quad gonna always get a check. But that's that on that. All I have for Miss Quad is good luck, okay? As we go ahead and transition, and let's talk about some real housewives of Atlanta, honey. Let's get into the newest member, okay? This is being put out there by Love B. Scott that Sonya Richards Ross is likely to be joining this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, this could be good. This could be pretty good. Considering the fact that they're saying Miss Portia will not be on the show any longer, we have yet to hear that to be truly confirmed. I don't know if Portia's going to come out with a statement as the ladies begin to film next month, or if she's going to wait at a later time and we just gonna have to figure it out, or is Portia going to move from an actual main cast member to just a friend of the show where she kind of pops in and out but not give you guys enough to try and drag her in her newfound relationship and engagement. Not necessarily sure, but we'll see how that's going to work. But if Portia's not going to be there, we see that this Olympian Sanya Richards-Ross is going to be joining the show. And I'm here for it a bit. I got a chance to actually meet Sanya at a XO Nicole event back in 2019. There was like a pajama. It was like a pajama jam, pajama party. Actually, it was so lit. It was so fun. I wish we would have got a chance to do it in 2020. And I bought my tickets and stuff, but unfortunately, Miss C19 came around and hit, so we had to cancel it, and I felt the way about it. But anyway, at that event, Sanya was really down to earth, really open, really honest, really cool as fuck. Hilarious. Like, she's just a beautiful person, like all the way around. So I'm interested in seeing how that's going to translate onto this show, if she's still going to be that same person or if she's going to show up a little, differently than that, right? We gonna see, because y'all know when you get on these reality shows, girl, and people start targeting you and different things start happening, okay, we start seeing different sides of your personality and stuff. So all in all, this might end up being good. I just hope that Miss Kenya Moore don't pick on the new girl. I don't want that. I don't want Kenya Moore to be a person to pick on the new girl. I want her to be a welcoming individual. And I only say that because I do get tired of seeing Miss Kenya being dragged by the people. And I just don't want that to be her this season. I want y'all to find somebody else to drag. So yeah, that's that. Miss Portia ain't gonna be on the show, so we're not gonna be able to drag her for everything that she deserves to be dragged for. And I'm hoping that Kenya's not the person this season, okay? Give it to Drew, give it to Sheree, give it to Candy. Girl, find somebody else. Kenya, play the background just a little bit. Y'all know Kenya don't know how to play the background when she tried to be the main star. But I want Kenya to just chill for a little bit because I want to see somebody else get dragged. And it's going to be funny because regardless of what somebody else will do, they're going to always figure out a way to put it back on Miss Kenya, like Miss Kenya was in the wrong, honey. But that's that. Let me go ahead and read this article real quick from Love B. Scott. Okay, he says there's a new housewife joining Real Housewives of Atlanta cast. Now, sources tell lovebscott.com that Olympic gold medalist Sanya Richards-Ross is joining the ladies for season 14. This isn't Sanya's first foray into a reality television. Back in 2013, Sanya and her husband, former NFL cornerback Aaron Ross, had their own reality show, Sanya's Glam and Gold, on WeTV. I didn't get a chance to catch that back in 2013, but now I kind of want to go find some clips and see how was it when they were a part of the show. Okay, our sources says that Sanya's preparing to film with the cast. Whether or not she'll become an actual housewife or an official friend of the show depends on how well she performs, similar to how things played out, I guess, with Fallon, but not so much as Fallon. I don't know why they use Fallon really as an example, but I feel like it's more so probably how things turned out for Drew. Because Drew, it was rumored that Drew wasn't officially going to be a housewife, but she was going to be an official cast member, but not so much as a housewife. But I guess as things transpired, Drew actually brought more to the show than any of those ladies did last season, which granted her to be an actual housewife at that time. So I think it would be more relative to Drew than it is to Fallon. Production has every intention of offering her a full-time housewife position if she does well. Okay, back in July, lovebscott.com exclusively revealed that Real Housewives of Atlanta cast was in shambles, as everybody else was saying, and that Portia Williams was likely not going to be returning to the show. The network loves Portia and wants her to stay, but Portia reportedly doesn't want to deal with the negativity surrounding her soon-to-be husband. Why? Why though, Portia? You had so much to say about Kenya and her being a home wrecker and her being all of these other things. You had so much to say. It's funny how the tables turn. So now the tables are turning and you don't want to get the same backlash. What is that? What is that about? Girl, you're allowing him to rearrange your whole life. And I hope that you guys are going to be together until the end of time. You're not on Dish Nation. You're deciding to do away with Real Housewives of Atlanta. If your show, The Pursuit of Portia, doesn't pop, and I'm sure Bravo is going to try and make it pop, because that's what they do. Shows that ain't nobody watching, they try to make it seem like everybody's tuned into for real when ain't nobody really watching them. Like Miss Kim, whatever her, Miss Kim Zodiac. They kept her show on for years knowing when nobody watching this shit. And still got the Lower Deck on. Ain't nobody watching that. Girl, I don't have time, but it's another show. What was the show? Southern something down there in New Orleans. They done canceled that show with most of the black folks on it, but they kept the white version. I ain't got time, but anyway, if they keep you on the show long enough, they may try and force it to be a go. But if it happens to not be a go, you're going to be trying to moonwalk your way right on back to Real Housewives of Atlanta so that you can continue to get a check. And I hope they kind of give you a hard time, because you should have never left in the first place, girl. Okay? But that's that on that. I just don't think that it's fair for her to try and skate out on the plug. But of course, a lot of your fans are going to go up for it and say that you should leave, because they really don't want to witness the dragging of Portia either. Because, girl, they couldn't take it back in May. They could not take it back in May, honey. So they ain't going to be trying to take it the whole season, right? I guess your fans just like you this year, but can't take it, honey. Let's go ahead and move on. We also, according to Love B. Scott, also revealed that Cynthia Bailey was likely out, Sheree Whitfield was likely in, and that Marlo Hampton was seriously being considered for a peach, okay? So we might get that. I've already put on my community wall a photo of who they are promoting to be a part of the show come this season. And a lot of y'all chimed in, and a lot of y'all was not here for Miss Sheree, really didn't care for Drew to be there, honey. Let me know how you feeling about Miss Sonya coming on to the show. Let me know your thoughts about that. Do you welcome the new housewife? Would you prefer Portia back? Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, honey. Let's get into this, honey. Let's get into my girl Meredith Marks and Miss Jen Shah. So we got to see on the previous episode, the second episode of the new season, and the first episode, that Meredith is not featuring Jen, because Jen has said and liked very bad, negative and homophobic tweets about her son. She did not appreciate it. She did not feature it. So she went on to go on a rant on Twitter, Miss Meredith, and she had some things to say, okay? Because of course, Jen was denying some of this. And I can't necessarily say denying, but she wasn't admitting her full fault in it. She would just really go back and say, yeah, but he should have never said this and he should have never did that. Jen, you were wrong, period. Like, that's end of story, girl. You was wrong. You were out of line, period. That baby never said anything about your vagina. If anything, he was just uncomfortable seeing it. All right. I'm sure her daughter would have felt the same way. So what would you have done then? You would have figured out a way to attack her daughter. Girl, you was wrong. You was wrong for showing your cootie cat to these kids. Like, these kids will want to see it. Even if they are 18, 19, whatever, girl. You grown and old as hell. Ain't nobody trying to see your cootie twat. Ain't nobody trying to see it. So you was wrong. And then you going to go over here and talk about this boy. Girl, but you won't want nobody to do your children like that. And that's Jen's problem. Jen likes to go out here and do SHI, get away with it, not be held accountable for it. So I'm glad Meredith, who was kind of quiet last season, is keeping her foot on your damn neck and your nostrils. Let's go ahead and go on. So Meredith goes on to say derogatory remarks about your vagina. Brooks never made derogatory remarks about you or your cootie twat, girl. Last time I checked, saying you saw someone's cootie twat and that it made you uncomfortable is not derogatory. It's not. It just made him uncomfortable. He didn't want to see that. He sees you probably as an aunt at this point because you've been in his life for so long. Ain't nobody trying to see an aunt cootie twat and her tatas and all this stuff. Ain't nobody trying to see that. So then Meredith goes on to say, to clarify, I do not think Twink in and of itself is homophobic. My problem on that tweet stands that Brooks has not decided where he stands on his sexuality. And Jen knew that. This comment pigeonholes him, right? I guess the comment pigeonholes him into being gay or whatever. I just felt like she was still out of line, regardless of whatever. Girl, you mentioned the twink, but girl, it was so much more that Miss Jen said. It was out of line. And I just don't agree with anybody outing. I did the video on Nikita when it came to Tiger. I don't agree with Black China doing it. Personally, me, I don't agree with anyone outing somebody else's sexuality. What somebody chooses to do in between their home, their walls, is their motherfucking business. And nobody has a right to go out there and speak on that and blast it to the entire world. Okay, so I don't agree with that at all. So she was out of line. Meredith goes on to say equality is not having to come out, just be yourself. She also says, why would I want to be friends with someone who likes and engages with negative comments about my child? 1000%. So Lisa, stop trying to get this woman to be cool with this lady. Okay, in order for that to really happen, it's gonna have to take she's gonna have to accept what it is that she did, acknowledge it, and apologize for the shit, and then change her behavior. Okay, that's about 3 to 4 things that Miss Jen needs to do, and we know she's not gonna do all of them. So stop pressuring your friend to be a friend to somebody else when you know you yourself would not do that. Okay. Then she goes on to say, simply saying you are uncomfortable is not disparaging. That's called sharing your feelings. I raise my children to tell me when they are uncomfortable, especially in their own home. Stop deflecting and lying, which is exactly what Jen did, which is exactly what she does. And she sat down and she did the very same thing with Heather. She deflected when Heather was calling her out on the previous episode, letting her know how she called her Shrek. Okay, and related her facial features, I believe, to like a sea animal or something like that, girl. And you not far from it your damn self. Like, you started to deflect by telling her that she hurt you too, girl. We not talking about that. Even if I did, let's get my shit out the way first. I'm speaking on the shit that you did. Let's talk about that first, and then we'll get to the other shit. Okay, that's how we'll handle that, ma'am. Okay, so yeah, Jen, girl, you was out of line. But it's okay, because I don't know who got the last laugh, girl, when they called the feds on you. But we'll get into it a little later, girl. Good luck. Okay, let's go ahead and transition, honey. Let's get into the drama of the drama, honey. Let's talk about Miss Candiace and Miss Mia. Girl, y'all saw the latest episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. Miss Dorothy was up there spilling all kind of tea with people that Candiace is not cool with and people that Candiace is just getting to know. Okay, she's sharing information with Mia. Mia felt so comfortable to ask her about how Candiace's husband is getting paid. Y'all know this man is not getting paid. This woman is not deep or farther enough in her career for him to receive any type of coins at this time. Okay. So it's like y'all just gotta chill out with all that talk, especially like I just thought, Robin, you know you got financial issues your damn self. You over here trying to see whether or not you can even pay for a $1,700 to $2,000 space. Okay, Giselle, you don't even have nobody at this time to really be concerned about whether you pay them or not. Girl, you got other bigger fish to fry and a home to continue to repair. Karen, girl, you was messy as hell to be asking those questions. Was you paying Ray bills when he was having these IRS issues and financial issues, girl? Was you paying them? Of course you were, because you had to bail him out. Okay. And didn't want to act like she didn't want to be a part of the conversation, but you kept egging her mama on to talk. Girl, go away from me with this. Miss Mia, you over here talking like you started a business from scratch when you did it. Your husband was throwing you a bone. Okay, when he gave you his business and wanted you to start taking over. And I'm sure the reason why he was being manager was so that he could show your ass the ropes, because you didn't know. Okay, and the more you got the hang of it, you wanted him to go have a seat somewhere. Girl, good night. See, there's a difference, girl. Your husband's old and your husband's tired. Okay, he didn't feel like doing anything, so he wanted to use your youth to run the business. But all right then, girl, good luck. But let's go ahead and get into these tweets, because somebody decided to add Miss Mia and say she's slotted right in an easy transition, and I prefer her to she prefers Mia to be long-term other than Candiace and Robin. She says that opinionated and outspoken but not nasty. That's how she feels that Mia is. Good night, girl. Mia is still nasty too. Okay, and she lies, and she's highly confusing. And for Mia to sit up there, and I'm gonna get to the after show because I haven't watched the after show, so I gotta go back and watch the latest after show. But Mia sitting up there talking about what she'll never do. Oh, I'll never bully somebody or do this or do that. But you did, though. You said you'll never body shame anybody. So when Candiace sat on Watch What Happens Live, and I'm probably gonna bring it up in another video, when Candiace sat on Watch What Happens Live and she spoke on Ashley, and it seems like what's his name? Andy was trying to hold her to the crossfire saying, oh, you're doing an if I did apology. Well, a lot of these ladies have done if if I did, or if I offended you, or if you were, type of apologies. A lot of them have done that. They also go on to talk about how Candiace said I wasn't talking about her body, her postpartum body. I wasn't speaking on that. I was speaking on her forehead or whatever. And he says that it was body shaming. Okay, so that's body shaming all up here in the head, right? So then Mia goes and sit on the after show and says she'll never body shame a woman, but then she turned around and put Candiace's feet on social media, right? And that's body shaming too, so much so that I see what you're doing. You're trying to get the fans on your side, the fans they do not like Candiace, just like Wendy was trying to get the Giselle haters on her side by dragging the Giselle issue, right? Yeah, you're doing the same thing, so much so that you decided to add Monique Samuels in a conversation, which Monique commented on. She didn't have to, but she chose to. I didn't see too much wrong with it because you added her, so she responded to it. And she laughed at it. She thought it was funny. It was a little kiki, but at the same time, Mia, this is what you said that you would never do, yet you turned around and did it. Girl, but we expected that from you, right? Because you're a hypocritical, compulsive, pathological liar. Right, but we're going to go ahead and move on. So she decides to add Robin into the conversation, and Robin somewhere probably like, girl, how did I get into this? Okay, she says Robin is not nasty. She's REAL. Now, the real Candiace, on the other hand, I'm good. Hashtag, is Chris getting paid? Nah, Mr. Dorothy confirmed. Hashtag unemployment. Girl, you sound like a nutbag. Let's move on. Okay, Candiace goes on to read. Okay, and now let me tell y'all, this girl added Candiace in a conversation. This person that brought up Candiace in the previous one did not add Candiace. She said Candiace's name, but she did not add Candiace, nor did she add, or whoever this person was responding, Danny boy. So he did not add Candiace, nor did he add Robin. Mia chose to add them into this conversation. So Candiace chose to drag and respond to this as she should have, okay? So she says, now I have specifically made it a point to ignore your handsome ass all season. Hilarious. I screamed when she said handsome. I screamed, okay? She says, you claim I'm irrelevant, but seem to keep my name out of, can't keep my name out of your mouth. Don't pull that victim bully SHI. When I light your ass up again, do keep my husband's name out your mouth, though. I was here for Candiace, but she's the girl, do keep my husband's name out your mouth, though. Okay? You want to holler about bullying? You're the main person talking about that in the after show and everything, right? You're the main, and you get on social media talking about how you don't want to be a bully or you don't want to be bullied or anything, but at the same time, you turn around. I got to find those tweets and those IG comments where you was over there bullying Miss Scholar, which makes a scholar come out and speak her piece on Twitter. Okay, you added Miss, you don't call her a scholar, you call her ask and tell. That's what you call her, right? You added her again into another conversation. And that's why a scholar gonna be on your ass too. Okay, so I was definitely here for that. She called her handsome, hilarious. Hilarious with your strong face. Girl, you should be over there on Salt Lake City. Let's move on. So what else did Candiace go on to say? She said, don't pull that victim and that bully SHI. Don't pull it because you've been the main person talking about that. You've been the main person talking about that. You've been the main one talking about it. So don't be trying to pull it because that's all you've been talking about these past few weeks. You've been trying to put out tweets. You've been trying to put out stories, IG posts, especially before the episode comes along. It's like you trying to go ahead and get the fans on your side before they even see the show. Girl, good night. Let's move on. Okay. Mia goes on to say, you be mad if you found out your husband was tossing my salad in the kitchen. Hashtag sous chef, because they didn't sound like it says sous chef. It was sous chef. Yeah, I guess you was getting girl, you was getting you a little traction. You was getting you a few likes on it. You didn't want to go back and delete it and repost it. But okay, then, girl, misspelling and stuff. But when she said that and said your husband, it caused the brother Chris to come out and have some things to say. He says, I mean, since I'm so integral this morning and on everyone's mind and tweets, not really my type. Speaking to Mia, you're not really my type. I prefer the all natural dark chocolate type of woman. Okay. And there's that on that. Okay. Basically, he said you ain't his type, girl. He like dark-skinned people. Dark-skinned women, okay, or darker tone women. This is what he's saying. Now, it's still a little cringe-worthy coming from a white person, I will say. And I don't really like to be referred to as chocolate either, but because y'all ain't walking around calling these white folks vanilla and stuff. Y'all calling them red and all these other things, okay? Y'all not referring to them as damn food, candies, and snacks. All right. So yeah, just I'm okay with brown or just, you know, dark skin. Okay. You don't have to call me chocolate because you're not gonna call a light skinned person vanilla or anything like that, or banana, or you're not gonna do that. So, but okay, still a little cringeworthy for me, but we understood the point that you were trying to convey. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. All right. Then she goes on to say the dumbest shit, and people still go up for this woman because they don't like Candiace, even though she sits up here and contradicts herself over and over again. I don't understand. Okay. She says, oh, at C. Bassett, sorry, babe. I was referring to a situation of a guy I met at Myron's Mix's Pitmaster barbecue back in the day. Not you, boo. I don't think. You sound so fucking stupid. You were talking exactly about that man. Then you get on here and say that you're talking. First of all, this is the shit that I be talking about. Look at him. This bitch, we know you were just talking about Candiace, girl. And then you send up here and you're responding directly. And then when you talk about the hand tossing, the salad and all this and that, girl, we know what you're referring to because we're going to see you and Candiace throw salad at each other at a later time. And then you'll turn around and bring up a damn Pitmaster barbecue. So we done went from salad to a Pitmaster barbecue. And you was talking about a whole nother person. What the fuck? I'm wondering if she has a mental, like if something happened to her brain. I do not understand her logic when she does a lot of shit that she do. And I have been liking Mia for the most part, but girl, it just don't be lining up, girl. All right. I hope you make it make sense at the reunion. I hope you make it make sense because, girl, you're not making no motherfucking sense, okay? And who else didn't make no sense? Miss Dorothy coming out there sharing tea with somebody that her daughter is not, don't even know like that, Mia. And then she ain't even that cool with Karen right now. And you was team your daughter against everybody last season. And then like if nobody didn't understand where your daughter's point was coming from. So you're highly aware of how your daughter felt about Karen, but you allowed Karen and yourself, Karen to bait you and for you to willingly give up the damn information about her and her husband. So it really pissed Chris off what she had to say. And I think what could have made him mad, which what really pissed me off, was more so the issue of you talking about this man behind his back, downing him at every turn, and then want to get in his face and be as fake as you are and act like everything is okay, everything is cool. This was great, Chris. You did a great job at whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop and la 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 la. Girl, you was full of shit. So Chris says, move up. Refine myself, because this is what she was telling to Karen. I just want him to refine himself a little bit more. What? I want you to refine yourself a little bit more. I also want you to stay in your place, okay? Stay in your place, literally. Okay, your daughter has now moved out. She's now gaining some coins from Real Housewives of Potomac and whatever else she may book, that she's able to afford this home, her and her husband, whichever way it may work between the two of them. Girl, stay where you at and sweep around your own front door. I know your husband I don't know if he be glad that you be gone or be ready for you to come home because you stay in everybody else's business, okay? So, and telling everybody else's business too. Hilarious. So he says, trying to recall a time that I have ever had a conversation with my mother-in-law about my financial status and bank records or life experiences, but please speak on it. Now, Chris, to that I will say, you need to make sure that Candiace has not been having those conversations with your mom. And it also could be a situation where Candiace could have previously had those conversations with your mom and has not had any recent conversations with your mom, but your mom is going to hold on to that. I mean, not your mom, but her mom is going to hold on to that. Or it could be that Candiace is continuing to tell your mom shit right now, which ended up playing her in the end, because whatever you told your mom is going to go and share with others. Okay? And you see that right now. Now, I know I can share stuff with my mom. My mom ain't got to tell nobody. She ain't going to tell nobody. That's just not how my mama roll. My mom don't even like to tell shit about her own damn self. So, girl, what am I going to go tell you about my child for, girl? Wait, that's not. No. Okay? Your mom definitely did not understand the assignment. She definitely flunked. She failed. Okay? Chris was upset with that, rightfully so. It was the fakeness for me. Okay? He also goes on to say, I don't think I have that one up here, but he also goes on to pretty much talk about how he not finna do shit else. Like, he gonna shut the F up. He not rocking with y'all no more, so leave him alone. So he's definitely mad. And I don't fault Chris on that. He should be mad. He should be upset. And I'll be asking my wife, have you been talking to this about me? Yo, have you been talking to her about me? Oh, okay. And even if you haven't, or you have, she should not have gone outside of that, because we're still family. She should not have gone outside of that and exposed that to other individuals that you don't know, people that you're not necessarily 100% cool with at this time. And damn sure should not have said that shit while she was mic'd up. And she knew it, because she said, I know we're mic'd up, but yeah, girl. And then when they did the video, the mama trying to be the main character. When Candiace went and hugged the guy in the video, I said, girl, y'all don't get Miss Dorothy ass out of here. Okay. At this point, I feel like Miss Dorothy, you're worse than Miss Wanda over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. But that's all I got, honey. I'm Jamie. That's me. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. All right. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.